Captain's Log, Episode 107. This episode of the Beer Avengers podcast is sponsored by the Beer and Cheese Collective, located at 35-11 Ditmars Boulevard in Astoria, Queens. Now accepting applications for their Cheese of the Month Club, starting as low as $75 a month. Enjoy their eclectic array of craft beer, artisanal cheeses, and specialty grocery items at the Beer and Cheese Collective, home bar to yours truly, Captain Porter Brown Stout. On this 5-pour installment, Captain Huck and Beer Wonder report on their respective summers, traveling to exotic locations including Disneyland, the 16th Century, a Coney Island boardwalk bar, and more. Also, the Captain has a special announcement for some fall travel. That's kind of a surprise, but worth the wait. Remember to like, star, and subscribe whenever that feels appropriate. And send us your emails at thebeervengers@gmail.com if you have any questions, suggestions, or if you just like hearing us talk about you on the show. And now, without further ado, please enjoy episode 107, Summer of Huck.
Oh, with a beer Avengers, beer Avengers, beer Avengers, with a beer Avengers, with a beer Avengers, beer Avengers, beer Avengers.
Way to be Avengers. Hey!
Welcome to the Beercast, everyone. Coming to you from an undisclosed location in Astoria, Queens. This is Captain Porter Brown Stout.
Coming to you from an undisclosed location in the beautiful city of Fresno, California. This is the Pale Male Hophead Huck.
And coming to you from an undisclosed location in the county of Kings, why, it is I, the Beer Wonder.
And we are the Beer Avengers. That's right, we're the Avengers, you're the Avengers. Anyone who wants to come along and play is a Beer Avenger because we have a big tent. We don't really care much for centrist Beer Avengers, but that's a whole other story. How you guys doing?
That's an extra bottle that you might be shaking a little bit before you open, I'm afraid.
Well, sure. I mean, when you call someone centrist, they're usually saying, well, I'm a little more center left, which means you're actually right. And I don't care much for that. So
Yeah,
that's my whole thing. Centrist is just code for right. A lot of the time.
That we out of the
We're
gate.
jumping right into the deep end together, friends. Right.
Let's open the Epstein files.
Wow. Okay.
Open the Epstein files.
Goodness gracious.
But aside from that, how you guys doing?
Police takeover of DC. All right.
Right.
Why are you on the roof, sir?
The view's nice, I hear. I don't know.
Maybe that was it. Yeah. Anyway,
I'm sure he was just going to admire the beauty of Washington D.C. while he planned to throw hundreds of police officers into it.
Picturing troops on every corner.
Yeah,
it's going to be a beautiful takeover of the city. It's a lot of problems going on there. It's going to have to be. We're going to have to put in more troops in the cities. I know people don't like them. People like it. Some people don't like it. I like it. I like the troops. They look good. They make the city look nice and safe. Be safe.
Hey, come on, guy, relax.
Come on, relax, guy.
That was very impressive, Huck.
It was.
That was pretty solid. I feel like
Thank
you've been working on that.
I've been
Unfortunately,
stealing from other Trump impersonators. Yes.
Well,
it's certainly making me thirsty. Certainly making me need a beer.
Very good.
Look
I'd
at
love
that.
to have a beer. You know, I don't drink. I'm a what they call a dry drunk. I'm angry all the time. I just take a lot of pep pills. I like the pep.
Good Lord.
And then you got that Diet Coke button on your desk.
I love the Diet Coke. No calories. No calories. I'm watching my figure.
As we
my
should
beautiful
all be.
figure. No one's seen a figure like this.
Well, I'll be really honest. I think with that delightful impersonation, Huck, you have earned the first beer of the night.
Well,
all right, sure. Despite the fact that he's made us need beers even more just hearing that voice.
I know. I will honestly, if we put a beer in his hands, maybe it'll stop the impersonations too. You know.
Stop.
Yeah, all right. That's a good idea to exercise the orange monster from him. Huck, show us your beer.
I have been watching another the Trump impersonator on TikTok. Very funny, and he's like if Trump were in Middle Earth or if Trump was in Westeros. It's like all this. It's really good, really funny. So just
I miss sassy Trump.
had that in my head. Oh yeah, there's another guy that does lip syncing with Trump, but like he's like gay, like super gay.
Oh,
That's
yeah, I've
that's
seen
sassy
that,
Trump.
Oh, that's
It's a British guy, Peterson,
Yeah.
Peter Serafinowicz.
no. This is is it? I think it's a different guy because he does lip
Okay.
syncing like Sarah Cooper used to do. All right. So speaking of beer,
Oh, there you go.
as you know,
Yeah.
I like to always try to bring new and different breweries. Today is a local brewery that we've been to.
Ooh, fun.
Beer Vengers have gone to this place. It's called Machine Head. So this is Machine
Ah,
Head's
yeah.
Machine Head's Breaking the Waves.
That's a pretty can too. I
Nice
like
movie
the
reference for the captain there.
Yes, I was actually just watching a Lars von Trier movie
but
this
I
weekend.
think they are looking at a surf kind of thing, even though we're in Clovis with this beer. But anyway, it's a nice Westie. You know, I love to rock a Westie, so let's get it going. Hophead.
You
Huck
don't get
in the
much more
house.
local than Clovis.
No,
No.
I mean I have my Tioga Sequoia hat.
There you go. Repping
Fresno
the
Brewery.
rules.
Here we go. Some nice clarity there.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Ooh.
There was a lightness to it.
That is lovely. That is a very pretty beer. It does look a lot lighter than I would have anticipated.
Yeah,
for a
color-wise,
Westie.
it's very
Yeah, but consistent with the Westie.
opaque,
Yeah.
light, almost amber. I don't want to go too
We
far.
see that
with the
can again?
amber.
Yeah. I like the little gold hop at the top of it. I think that's a hop, yeah.
Yeah, that's their logo. Yeah,
cool.
and it
It's
says
very
here, pure
simple and classic.
dankness, pure dankness.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to trying that once we've gotten our beers going, of course. So please,
Continue.
continue with the beer drinking. I would say, Beer Wonder. I couldn't remember his name.
Me? Oh, that one. Okay, got it. Awesome. Yeah, no, I'm happy to go next.
The captain likes to take up the
he does like.
Are
to
you saying
round
I'm
it,
long-winded?
No, I just think that you have you like the anticipation. As we
I
all
do.
I'll add some anticipation because I know none of you are going to be able to believe this. It is a monumental moment because this
Okay.
rarely happens on the Beer Cast, except it does because today I will be drinking a
Sponsored pour.
Excellent. A sponsored pour from the Beer and Cheese Collective,
Nice
35-11 Ditmars Boulevard, as referenced on the Brian Lehrer show this morning, but that's a whole other story. I'll get to that. Anyway, what beer do you have, Beer Wonder?
So here's the situation. While Huck is hanging out close to home, I am traveling far away. This one required a plane, to a train, to a little land where beer comes in bottles and flows freely, and has been a research point for the Beer Avengers. We're going off to Belgium.
Oh wow!
Because I have got the Duvel Tripel Hop Citra, which is a Belgian style IPA. And so digging this one. It comes in a bottle, of course. I was going to say can art is very standard, very simple, like you'd expect with the Duvel, except good looking three-headed dragon with hop heads on the back.
Hop
It's
heads.
pretty cute. Exactly. There you go. So excited to try this one. Also enjoying that it is a Tripel.
Yes, your
and
father
an
will be
IPA
proud
together.
of you. Yeah.
So Tripel, only a Tripel. As I'm sure you are listening, this one is indeed for you. And we need to find a way to get you a bottle in the middle of the country where you are. So let's see what's in there.
Ooh,
I don't know if you guys could even hear that.
I could. That
heard
was
it.
a nice crack. Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's a triple and it's a Belgian IPA.
Well, it is a Belgian IPA, but it's listed as a Tripel. It does have a 9.5 ABV, and
Sounds
it
like a
is
triple to
its
me.
official designation on the bottle is India Pale Ale. But just smelling it, it definitely smells like a Tripel. So we're gonna see how they did this one.
Yeah, I've had Belgian style IPAs before, but it's got a nice head.
Yeah.
Beautiful, tiny
Oh,
little
yeah.
bubbles.
Really
Got
wildly
that
effervescent.
nice
clear.
straw color there.
I'm gonna do one with the main header, but I'm also gonna flip it around so that we can take a look at the dragon because I think that may be a good
Oh, cool.
social picture. If you want to see the dragon or any of these things, where should they look, Captain?
Oh, well, that would be at 35-11 Ditmars Boulevard in Astoria, Queens.
Well, that
Uh,
too. But if they wanted the
what do you
social
mean?
media pictures,
He's going to the end.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, yeah, thebeervengers.com.
yeah, there you go.
And I always have these Belgian breweries who don't have silly names. I always have it's a real struggle to figure out what song to score it to. So
Well, you got a dragon now to work with, a 3-headed dragon.
sure.
So there's like
Puff the Magic Dragon, maybe.
That was my first thought, to be totally honest.
all right.
Because I might be feeling a little puffy by the time we're done with this.
That was the first
Yeah.
45 I ever had.
Excellent.
All right,
Well,
Captain, take us home.
well, yeah. Now it's my turn for yet another.
Sponsored pour.
Oh my gosh!
And also a sponsored pour in bottle form. This is from
Ooh.
our.
Wow, double
we haven't had
bottle.
this. Yeah, we haven't had this one in a. Well, I guess we had one of these not too long ago.
Okay.
But only 3 total for the run of the show, I believe. This is from Southern Tier, and this is their Mocha Imperial Stout
Oh, hello. Okay.
from their
Wow.
Blackwater series.
Mhm.
I have a little more background on how this came to be, and it's kind of a revival of sorts. But I just want to pour the beer for now, and we'll get to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
believe this
wow.
is I think I may have said this is a 10%er.
Yeah,
Nice. Nice and dark.
looks like it. My goodness. Almost no. Well, no, okay. Now the head's coming. Okay, it took a
Now,
second.
I
for
don't
it to
know
get
if
going,
it's mocha, right? So
It is mocha.
That means
It's apparently
chocolate,
a
but-
combination of a chocolate and a coffee stout that they
oh
had.
man,
Ooh,
I would love to
that's
get
pretty
into that.
cool. That
All right,
sounds delightful.
let's
Cheers,
up.
Vengers.
Cheers, Avengers.
cheers, Avengers.
Tra la 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 la. Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Tasty.
All right, I'm gonna lean more IPA than Tripel, but I definitely get the like Duvel undertone. It really does feel like it's kind of a Duvel that they've really put a ton of hops in. It's got 3 expressive hop varieties. They add a third hop, and that's where it gets the name. So it's Citra, and they're bringing in American hops, which is kind of cool. And they describe it as deeply aromatic and bitter with Citra notes, and that is spot on. It's a real bitter beer, and I'm really enjoying that. Definitely not a refreshing summer beer. Definitely kind of lingers a little bit there, and you can feel the alcohol in it, but it is a delightful sipper. It is sort of like a thinking, drinking Vengers beer. You know what I mean? You're gonna spend some time and consider your
Yeah.
life choices with the bitterness and let that kind of like dig in on you.
Some complexity.
Yeah. I'm
Right
sure
on.
that it will continue to
It's a
bloom
classic.
as we get
Cap-
there.
Captain's taking notes, so I think
I know. I was listening. I was multitasking. I was also looking to see if I had any history with this beer.
Oh no, I wasn't
and-
accusing you of not paying attention.
Yeah. It's interesting on the
It's
second sip, the tripelness does come through a lot better once the sort of
Mhm.
the hops get out of the way. I start to get more of the sweetness that I expect, the almost syrupiness. Although certainly, I mean, almost doesn't look it. It poured basically clear. Now it's a little cloudy. So it's a nice mix. This is a thinking drinking Vengers beer for sure.
And some new phrasing we have for the show.
Yep. Well, there you go. It's
Thinking,
the intellectual.
drinking
This is we're turning this into now that NPR has been defunded. We need to.
It's
we
up
need
to us.
It's up to us to
Yeah.
keep the intellectual rigor of NPR through our little beer cast here. So I'm gonna try and delicious dish this as much as I can. Yes.
Well, yeah, we do still keep coming back to we as much as we want to avoid the horror of our current
Orange
government.
monster.
It comes back on every level. In fact, that's what I was talking about. I was actually listening to NPR this morning, the Brian Lehrer show,
Mhm.
and they were doing
Unfortunately,
a
he was
piece-
off to this morning.
Well, yes, it was Matt Katz.
Yeah.
Were you listening then?
I was, yes.
Did you listen to the section where they were talking about tariffs?
I know what you're about to say, but I'll let you tell the story.
So you heard it
Yeah.
though. You definitely heard it and you recognized it, right?
I did, yes.
Okay. So I'm listening to it. They're having various local business owners call in about how the tariffs are affecting their business, and they said our next call is Rick from Astoria.
Yeah.
Oh
And
wow.
a gentleman came on talking about he had a specialty grocery kind of situation, and he was having to pay pretty high tariffs on like cheeses from
Mm-hmm.
Sweden, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was Rick.
Yeah.
It was the Rick we know. Now, Beer Wonder, I'm curious. Did you recognize him as he started talking, or did your ears immediately perk up when they said this is Rick from Astoria?
It was as we started talking about cheese because I wasn't paying that close attention, but then all of a sudden
Yeah.
we started talking about cheese, and then there was another reference that happened. And I was like, "Oh, I know him. I'm going to drink one of his beers this evening." So,
Yeah.
I'm glad that he was there to talk about that and sort of express
Yeah.
what's going on in that situation. Because cheese is great, but there's only so much cheese that can be made in the United States.
Right. And I'm also hearing things that as much as we're champions, despite the fact you have a Belgian beer tonight, and I've had
Mhm.
we don't stick just to American beers,
Yeah.
but most of American beers are made with foreign aluminum.
Oh yeah. Well,
Like
the famous what is the Arizona iced tea, right? 99 cents. It has
right,
been
and
99 cents for
they're and which they've it's been 90 cents for like 30 years,
Yep.
and they may have to raise the price on that
Yep.
because of the whole aluminum thing.
Yep. So, yeah, it's hard out there for beer producers. It's hard out there for beverage producers. I mean, ironically, you and I are both drinking out of glass this evening, but yeah,
We are.
even made in America is going to be struggling with all this madness. But enough of that. How's your
And
beer?
yeah, it's very good. What I was looking up a moment ago was apparently the first time I recorded having this beer was 11 years ago.
Wow.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
And
thought it was a new
it
one.
was no, it's sort of some of this. I'm not sure exactly how long it's been absent, but I some of the things I'm reading online indicate that it was that it's a sort of a reboot of sorts, a
Oh,
revisiting.
okay.
So I don't know how long it's been off the market, but apparently it was around 11 years ago, and I had it at what was then known as Astoria Beer and Cheese because that's how it shows up on my phone. But it was indeed that one was also from Beer and Cheese Collective, and knowing me, it was a draft. Uh, and one of the things I was reading about in the history of this beer was that they had I don't remember what the names of the two beers, that a chocolate beer and they had a coffee beer, and they sort of combined them for mocha, as you do, because you
Right.
combine coffee and like coffee and chocolate, and you've got a mocha. So that's what this is, and I really think that the coffee in it keeps it from getting overly sweet. We love the Southern Tier stuff.
Mm-hmm.
See, now I'm going with you, Huck, with the like we 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 love the Southern Tier, don't we, folks?
We love the tier.
We love
Uh,
the tier.
Yeah,
Oh,
always using the
A
royal
lot
we
of
when he
people don't know
talks.
this. It's the southern tier, even though it's northern New York. They get confused. It's all
Exactly.
about where the rivers are and the lakes, the Great Lakes, the greatest lakes. Some people say.
But I would say most of the three Southern Tier beers we've had here before, two of them are versions of Warlock and one of the Pumpkins. And the other one was one we just featured for the second time a while back, the Two Xmas.
Two Xmas.
But some of the ones I have from them, they can get a little overly sweet. Granted, they're beers that are named in such way where you would expect that. Like, of course, their creme brulee is very, very sweet.
right.
But this has just the perfect. It's like it's a darker chocolate. That coffee is there tempering it, so it's just the right amount of sweet. Very delicious. I'm glad they brought this beer back, and I'm glad we're featuring it on the show for the first time.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, I really like Machine Head as a brewery. It's
Mhm.
one of my favorites in town. But this has got a really great nose, super dank, and and it's got a nice finish. It's got a little that bitterness.
We love the bitterness.
Yeah.
Right at the end, but it is lacking in a bit of effervescence.
Ooh,
Look
interesting.
at this.
Hmm.
Nice.
It's and that could be it was a something in the canning situation, or it could be an older can that's not dated. So I just trusted that
Oh,
it was
yeah.
fresh. But they're also a small brewery, so something might have gone wrong with the canning situation. I don't want to give them too hard a time. Good flavor,
course.
so great aroma too. It's just like that super kind of dank, almost socks kind of aroma.
Nice.
It's
So dank.
Motiqua and Peacherine hops. There's only 2 types of hops in this. 7.1%. So
Okay.
nice solid
Three
IPA. It
bowls.
will be gone soon,
Yeah.
so I have another beer.
Good.
Well, good.
Maybe
Yeah,
I'll make it a
I've
3
got
beer
one too,
pour.
but yeah, that's and please, anyone listening, that's not a spoiler alert. That's just how we do.
Yeah.
It's how we do.
It's to be expected.
It's how you
Yes.
venge. It is the appropriate
Yes.
venging.
I mean, I honestly, if Beer Wonder had a second brew coming,
That's news.
that would be a spoiler. So we want to save the suspense.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily a
he's gonna have another one.
surprise.
Right.
Yes.
But it would be a spoiler. It's a rarer occasion. And honestly, the last time I went for a second one, it got all religious up in here. So
That
was a beautiful
funny.
thing. It was a religious
It was
experience
one
for
of
me.
the-
It was.
Yeah.
Funniest.
Yeah.
I found something deep within me, and I had to let it out. That's it.
The ending of that show was so freaking funny. Go back and listen to it. It's 2 shows ago. last
Episode
show?
105. Yeah.
Yep. But,
105,
so that
it's
was 2
probably called
episodes ago.
More Jesus.
But
in ya.
That's right.
Speaking of spiritual experiences, I believe both of you recently had some mildly spiritual experiences that revolved around beer.
Always.
And Huck, if I'm not mistaken, it's been almost a full month of spiritual experiences for you.
Yeah, I was been calling it.
Yes. Yeah. Since we
please.
mentioned the date on the last episode, I guess we can see if that's something we want to keep doing. It's been exactly a month since the last time we recorded.
Mhm.
Today is August 11th, 2025. And yeah, we've been in touch with each other, but doing our own various things. Haven't seen each other a whole lot.
Yeah.
And so yes, let's want to hear about Huck's religious experience, and then I will speak to mine.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that I'm not really having religious experience, as it were.
Yeah, me neither.
Sure.
But
Well, but
I mean, but if beer is your religion, then you can have it whenever you want. Anyway.
I was remarking earlier in the month that, and I was telling my wife,
Mm-hmm.
that this might be the most fun summer I've ever had.
All right.
And if your listeners don't know, I'm 58 years old this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday.
Summer birthday.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
And I try to think back, like, what was as fun as this summer? And I go back and I'm like, well, summer of 89, pretty good. Pretty fun. But I had to work like 5 days a week, 6 days a week. I think that's the difference, is I'm not really working that much. So when you don't have to go to a job and you're still like, that's the thing about age, is like you get older and now you have the freedom to do something, but your body is old. So you
Right.
can't like do as many things as you could when you were younger.
But it sounds like your body is still young enough that you're able to.
My body's doing okay. So it started the summer, like, we saw Weird Al Yankovic in June. It's just been a series of just fun ass times that we've had. We had a party for Cider Girl. That was Memorial Day. That was a good like kickoff to the whole summer. The summer doesn't start until June 21st. I don't know how we're going to call it. I've been calling it the Summer of Birch,
Okay.
which is a reference to Seinfeld, the Summer of George.
Summer of
But
George, yes.
Of course, the Summer of George goes terribly wrong.
Yeah, so hopefully yours is
so-
going better.
I know.
You're redeeming the phraseology, it seems like.
But I had a birthday party for myself here, a pool party that was a freaking blast. I had a great visit and great time drinking beers on Cape Cod, and then I had an absolutely amazing time going to New York City, which we talked about on our
We had so much fun. yeah.
last show. So that was
Yeah.
like added to it, and then came back and had some good times. Then we had my birthday party, and just like this past week when I did have a bit of a moment, where I got angry, and so I don't like that, but so I was like, oh, Summer Birch is over. But I'm not going to let one incident stop me.
No, that's just a hiccup.
It was a hiccup. So we're still in the Summer of Birch, and it's just Just been, and I mean, religious. It seems like. I mean, is beer my religion? I don't know. It's just been such a great summer, so much
Mhm.
fun, and I just want it just to continue. And I don't know what's going to happen at Labor Day or September 21st. It will be over, and we'll have to be, and then we'll call it the fall of Birch. That doesn't sound too good.
No,
That
no.
No,
doesn't
that
sound
sounds
right.
Yeah, it's too
The
many
au-
double
the-
meanings there.
The
Yeah.
autumnal birch.
Yeah, tell me. But then it
we-
sounds like I'm ending. Like, oh, this is the end.
Yeah,
Of the
like
Birch.
the fall of Birch. He was like, so great, and then we had the fall of Birch.
Yeah. Well, this has been a great summer though. So much.
Well,
fun.
especially since it's also a tree, because it just brings this whole like, oh yes,
That's true.
we were chopping it down, and
Timber.
remember that great birch we had in the yard, and then the fall of Birch happened.
Peeled all the bark off of it. It was very sad.
Yeah.
But we had a great birthday party. Remember the last party I was talking about, Cider Girls party, and we had all these lame beers left over. Well, this time it was like the beers they're pretty much gone. So I only had like 2 or 3.
You had
left
a
in
crowd that
general.
truly appreciated your stock.
Yes. Oh, actually, some people brought macro beers,
Oh, sure.
and then I guess that was the people that I invited. I don't know that they went and ate got them all, drank all those first, before they went to the good beers.
Mhm.
So any of the Coors or Pacificos that were here, they got dranked. Yeah, that was a good party. And then it's just been fun. Just been a fun summer.
Yeah.
I could go into more detail, but great
Well,
beers,
you-
having
you-
excellent beers.
Didn't you have, in addition to that month-long experience, you made your way a little further south than you typically do to have some
Yeah,
beers?
just this past week we went to we went up to a place called Murphy's,
Mhm.
California, which is kind of out in the woods. It's kind of a boondocks place where we saw Indigo Girls and Melissa Etheridge and KT Tunstall.
How many
open.
times in your life have you seen the Indigo Girls?
I think it's about I'd say offhand I'd say 11.
Yes, because you're
11
you're
times.
like an Indigo Girls super fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Yeah. And
I
we
mean,
weren't,
I remember times when they'd be like doing 3 nights in New York, and you would see them every night.
no, I don't think so, but
Okay, I didn't mean to embellish. I thought I remembered that, but
I should have said yes. I'm sorry.
yeah, no, it's
I'm
fine.
I'm so bad at saying yes.
Honestly,
and.
I feel like that our memories need to be corrected because they're increasingly unreliable.
Well, we went to see Melissa Etheridge. I never saw her before. She rocks.
Yeah.
She's a rock and roller. I mean, really good. And KT Tunstall opened up, which was like another bonus. Really great show. And then the next morning we drove from there to Anaheim, which is a 7-hour drive across the state. And that's where I got a little bit irritated.
Yeah.
But once we were going to meet family in Disneyland. We were going to Disneyland. We're going to California Adventure, which is like a Disney Plus kind of place. It's Disney. It's right next to Disneyland, but it's a different park.
Okay.
And it's a little
Sure.
bit cooler. You can drink beer there.
That's nice.
But my family's visiting from back east, and so Cider Girl was like, "Well, I want to go to Disneyland," and I'm like, I don't necessarily need to do that. So when we got there about 6. Got checked into our hotel room about 6, and she's like, "I'm gonna go in the park." Like it's like the one thing that she can do, like almost prefers to do by herself, because other people are going to slow her down to go in, and specifically Disneyland. She loves Disneyland.
Yeah.
So she's one of these Disney adults, of which there are many.
That is true.
And
Yes, there
so she went, and I said, great. And I got a Uber to this sort of brewery district in Anaheim.
Nice.
And I went to a place called Asylum Brewing, which was the beer was good, but it was like kind of like probably the cooler place that I went to of the places. Decent spot, had a nice beer, nice. It was a Monday night, so it was like the people that were hanging out were like the industry people, that aren't
Sure.
working that night. So that was a cool spot. A couple beers there. Then I went over to a place called the Iron Rail. I'm gonna say they had like 30 taps. So I had a little bit of food there, and then I went over. Then I went over to Monkish. Now Monkish is in Torrance, California. Really well known Hayes House, also known for Belgians. That's where they get the name.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Beer Guy Phil was the first person to have a monkish beer on this show.
Huh.
I believe that's right. I think I've had one on the show.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And
I mean, we
and I do have
this-
some in my fridge. I don't have it for my second beer. Spoiler. But the thing is weird to me is that Monkish is like the best beer, right? Of the places I went to 4 spots. They have the best beer, but the tap room for some reason is very quiet. And I don't know. Maybe people just get beers to go. It's at the edge of this mall area. It's not a mall. It's like a little shopping district.
yeah.
And I don't know. And they're not brewing there. I said, "Oh, you guys brew lagers here, right?" Because that's what it was last time. It was about a year and a half ago I was there. And they're like, "No, we're not brewing anything here." And I look behind him, and you could see the brass mash tuns. Like they have the really good
They're
stuff
just for
there.
the visual, huh?
Well, they were brewing, but now they're just not. They're doing all the brewing in Torrance. That being
Yeah.
said, they had a lot. They had a good selection of cans, great draft selection,
Nice.
and they did a good lagers. And then I went over to a place called Unsung Brewing, which is like kind of a superhero themed spot. Good beers over there. And I went back to Asylum before I went home, but I did have 5 beers, and we had to get up early to go to Disney the next day. But it was a good time. It was a good, beer crawls are a little harder when you're alone on a Monday, but
Yeah.
I talked to some people, and it's not Fresno. Like if I went out in Fresno, it's not a problem because
Right.
we all talk to each other in Fresno. But you go to another town, it's not the same thing. But it was a good time. It was a good time, and I think the Summer of Birch continues.
Nice.
I think it continues. Yes, and this is adding to it. This experience we're having right now.
This folds into the larger envelope of the Summer of Birch.
For those that don't know, that's my last name is Birch.
Oh boy.
Yeah, well,
we've totally given up any anonymity based on what we came.
Oh, did we
back,
only
and
say
now
first names when we outed ourselves a few episodes ago?
I used my full name last time.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can
okay,
find
so
me
yeah,
at
so
M Birch Jr. on Instagram.
yes.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting because I recently wound up going to a different kind of theme park, and we will get to your situation in a moment. So last couple of years, it was curious because those of you who listen know what happened a couple of years ago, and I've noticed that since we lost Father Brown Stout, my father passed away a little less than 2 years ago. I've been looking and doing stuff, and I just had this weird realization a few months ago that it seems like a lot of what I'm doing is revisiting things that had some kind of power in my life. And if I were much older than I am, it would look like, oh, I'm going to do all these things one more time before I die, and that's not really how I perceived it. But there's this. It's funny, last year going to France. That was someplace I'd been when I was much younger, and I also because I inherited a 1999 Camry after my father passed away. I've been interesting, where can I go for a day trip now and again? And back in the 90s, I worked at a Renaissance festival just north of Syracuse. And if we have any people listening from the New York area, no, I don't mean the New York Renaissance Festival. I mean the Sterling Renaissance Festival. And I worked there 92, 93, 94, 97. I would also say that the job I have now working at the Statue of Liberty, I forget sometimes how much of the way I approach that job is based on what I learned there. But I hadn't been there in over 20 years. And I thought, oh, that's a good day trip. I should do that. So I asked Belgian Babe if she wanted to go. And she said, yeah. Drove up there on a Saturday, hung out there all day Sunday, came back on Monday. So it's funny that whenever we go someplace, we always want to document these things. Everyone, it's part of who we are, where we're always trying to take pictures of everything. And I do that. But this particular thing, I was just being so moved being back in this and experiencing this. And like mixing my memories with how I was experiencing it. I didn't realize till the end of the day I hadn't taken any pictures. I was just so much into it. So it was really nice going back to that place and getting, for lack of a better term, just feeling some of that magic again.
Nice.
Like
that's-
where like part of like certain things that I can't even define within myself that I learned there and experienced there, it was just there again. I also had a really good stout when I was there.
I was going to ask if you had any beers.
I did.
and if
Well, I
that
mean, of course,
helped
it's
the experience.
I was yeah, it's funny. So we were like staying at this basically at a cabin like
Mhm.
with a like right next to Lake Ontario.
Oh, cool.
I mean, meaning that it was this place called Sunset Cabins. It's this like there's like a dozen cabins and places where people can pitch tents, and there's also an RV park. But like out through our window, there's this little like seafood stand and like an off-brand Dairy Queen
Mhm.
and this giant beautiful lake. They're also
Dairy
that part of
Duchess.
the country. What's that?
Dairy Duchess, I believe.
Well, no, it's called Bev's Dairy Treat. That's the name of it.
Sorry.
Rudy's is the fish place. Bev's Dairy Treat. We didn't actually make it to Bev's, but we did have some wonderful fried clams. And I think the beer I had at Rudy's, I want to say it was called Bare Naked, but I'm not positive on that. Now, see, anyone, if I'm actually putting this up on video, because I've been very lax about doing that,
Right.
you will see me looking at my thing. Otherwise, basically, I'm just sort of vamping while I'm looking up because I think I recorded it, but I have to go back to this place where I have. Okay, I think this is the most recent stuff. No, I guess maybe I didn't. I thought I took a picture of it. Anyway, I think it was from Adirondack Brewing, just a really nice sort of like an amber beer that had some darkness to it, so it had a little of that chocolatey flavor to it. But the one I really loved was I had at the fair, and I had to pace myself because not only are the beers crazy expensive, well, I mean, it's like ballpark expensive, like $15 for a beer.
Well,
Right.
that's how they get you at like those public places where you're kind of trapped in the environment. So
Yeah, but I also try not to let my brain get myself because, like, oh, I'm not going to buy this. Like, no, I'm going to buy it.
Right.
But the place where it actually saved me was there was one place I was trying to get I knew that's the beer I wanted, and I was at one of the pubs there, and they didn't have it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to buy this beer, not because I don't want to spend the $15, but because
Right.
I only can drink so much because I'm getting in a car later. So I'm only going to buy a beer that I definitely want. And I'm so glad I waited because there's this a brewery in Syracuse called Middle Ages, and it was an oatmeal stout, about 6.6% ABV,
Lovely.
called Blackheart. And it was so good. I had, I was there for like 7 hours. So I was able to space that. I had 3 of them over the course of the day. And it was so good. In fact, almost on my drive back to New York, I couldn't find any place where it was selling it. Almost wanted to just go visit that brewery as we were driving through Syracuse, but we were driving through Syracuse like around 11, and it would have been like staying there for an hour longer because they didn't open till noon.
Right,
But,
right.
But I want to go back to Middle Ages Brewing because this was such a great beer, and it was again, no pictures, none of that's going to be there, but had such a great time at the fair. Brought me back to. I might go back there again next year because apparently, this is when I got inspired to do it on the 49th year that this fair has existed. And one of the people who had seen me there, who's never stopped going there, who plays like one of those, what are those drums that are like big and wide, and you're just like, there's like a baton.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
what's that drum called?
Bahrain.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, what's it called, Huck?
Bahrain. Well, I mean, that's a small drum, the Irish drum with the little.
This is like
mallet.
it's a big wide drum and ba boom ba boom ba boom ba boom. I don't know. Anyway, so the guy who had been there since probably before I was there in the 90s and probably has never missed a year there, a guy named Kevin came up to me and said, "Hey, next year's the 50th anniversary, so we're hoping to get a lot of people back." I'm like, "Well, I probably will do that. I will probably do that."
Get you in costume and get you back.
I don't know
out
about
there.
that. That was one thing I was definitely determined to be a little more incognito here. I didn't like
Yeah.
it. I feel
You
like
weren't in your full Ren Rat outfit.
No, because some people who work Ren fairs do it because they love Ren fairs. for me, it was an acting job that worked
Yeah.
out really well for me.
Sure.
But like, if I'm generally speaking, I'm not putting on a costume unless someone's paying me.
Heck yeah. That's why I don't even do a Halloween.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. I get that.
It's just like I like doing it and I respect my craft, but I don't when I'm not working, I don't want to draw attention to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think that's kind of what it is. Ultimately, people don't know that many actors are on some level introverts.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, that's
if
real.
if I'm doing this and you want to, I'll be there. I'll show it up. But if I'm just there, just as a guest, I'm just gonna blend in and I'm gonna talk to people. And it was but yeah, really fantastic experience. And I know that because I've talked about this so long at this point, Huck is an empty glass that's been that for a while, and he's been
Oh.
very patient. But I think
should
it is
fix
time
that.
to let
Well,
Huck
we
have.
can continue this conversation, but this beer actually amazingly fits into what you've been talking about. It's called
Huh.
Past's Return.
Oh, okay.
Past's Return. And on the label at the
It's like if I believed in a god, he was watching all of this and bringing it forward for us.
on the label in the store, it said Pasta Return. And I was like, what does this have to do with pasta?
Return. Oh,
But
dear.
Past's Return, it's again a brewery we haven't had on the show before. Ism.
Ooh, okay.
Ism Brewing out of Long Beach, and also a style we don't see a lot of, the American Red Ale.
We do. The American Red Ale is a rarity. That is very
I've
true.
been having a couple of good red ales lately.
Okay.
I like red
Uh,
ale.
Is this the American Red Ale? Is this the Birch Red Ale Summer? Is that what we're doing here?
It could be. Well, I did have one earlier. Mahogany Brew was the beer. It was. I'm gonna have to remember the brew. Oh, Altamont. It was Altamont.
Okay.
Mahogany Red Ale. I was like, that's a good red ale. And Smog City also has one out right now called. It has to do with a squirrel,
Okay.
the mighty squirrel, but that's a brewery in Boston. Squirrel. I don't want to say Squirrelicious. That's not it. It's Squirrel something, but a very good red ale.
Okay.
I'm going to find out the name of that one, and we're going to use our Crow and Wolf glass
Love it.
and get this up. Uh-oh. It's a right-handed pour for the
Oh
pictures.
boy.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Oh, it's red.
Pretty can and very quite red. My gosh, it's got that beautiful amber character to it.
Wow,
I'd love
not
to
a
see
bad
that.
pour considering how awkward.
Yeah, very
and
very
right-handed I am.
active head there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's jumping right out of the
Yeah,
can.
more
Beautiful.
than and this is not, and this has got an older date on it too, so it looks good, and the head is holding up.
Yeah.
Head retention. Let's get a taste of this baby. Okay, I'm getting that.
Love it.
I'm getting that maltiness, that
Yeah.
almost caramel pop, a little smokiness, very light, nice, like mild bitter finish. Not
Mhm.
bad, not bad. Ism Brewing. We haven't had these on before. Out of
Huh.
Long Beach,
Okay.
No, that's a good one.
5.2%, respectable. Kind of
Very
an African
respectable.
look on the can here. There's somebody on a swing. So Past Return.
Past return.
There's the captain thinking about getting in the mud pits again.
Yeah. Oh
Were
yeah.
you ever a mud guy? What was it? What was
I
it called?
did. I did mud at a fair in Florida. It was called the
Oh.
Largo Fair. It was kind of very near St. Petersburg, and it was weird because I think it was like in March, but of course because it's Florida, it was warm enough to do it. Maybe I'll put some
That makes
pictures of
sense.
that up on the blog.
Mhm.
But I'm also dry at this point and have a little story behind my second pour.
Get it.
Okay.
So a few weeks back, less than a month since we talked a month ago, but like a few weeks back, my downstairs neighbor was telling me about how he'd been taking his family to Massachusetts, and he asked me if I'd ever heard about this brewery called Treehouse.
Oh.
Mhm.
They seem
And
very new and rare. They don't feel
Yeah.
like one that Beer Vengers would know much about.
And I told him that yes, and Huck has a Treehouse glass used for the
Mhm.
first beer. But I said I've never actually been there, but I've heard a lot of great things about it. And he had brought some beer back from there. and one of the beer, and he gave me some of it. He just gave me. I said, I'll
Wow,
definitely
nice.
have this on the next episode. So one of the ones he gave me was they're not especially known for their sours, but they were making them, and there was one called Pucker that he gave me, which perfectly for Mother
Yeah.
Pucker.
Oh yeah.
And I thought, well, I could have that beer on the show, but he gave me another one that is one of their original classics, and I thought my first Treehouse on the show
This is exciting.
should be one of those.
That is.
And so I
very
have a
cool.
can of Julius.
Julius.
Oh wow.
It is
That is a
not very
classic.
often you will see me drinking a hazy IPA on the show, but if I'm gonna drink one, Julius
Yeah.
from Treehouse seems
Yeah.
to be the
Yeah, they get a
really
lot of
good
credit
way to do
for,
it. Yeah.
not originating the IPA, but this is one of the first
Yeah.
hazies that has that full-on orange juice look to it.
So cool.
And I would
Nice pour too.
I'm gonna
Perfect
wait
pour.
till I
Yeah,
have it.
Absolutely gorgeous.
But my guess is I think I might like this one even better than the Heady Topper.
Yeah, it may be. I mean, if you like the hazies,
Yeah.
I do.
Gorgeous.
All right.
Julius on this show. This is our first Treehouse, maybe.
No,
I
but
think
we haven't
we've
had
a
Julius. I
Treehouse
looked it
before.
up.
We haven't had Julius. Yeah.
We've had one or two tree houses that you brought on, but we have
I
not
must
had
have got them
Julius.
from the Cape, or from
Of course,
from-
yeah.
yeah. I don't remember what I had, but yeah.
I could look it up.
They are haze heavy, but they make great lagers too. I'm always
Yeah.
emphasizing that. Excellent lagers. Had a great Maibach from them, which I mentioned last episode, I believe.
Mhm.
This is nice. It's very crisp and clean, and the citrus there really just sort of tempers that hoppiness in a beautiful way. It's a big reason why I'm much more drawn to hazies than to the Westies.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the Westies, but sometimes the hop forward is too much for me, and the unfiltered citrusy stuff just really makes the hops a lot more palatable for me personally.
Right on. I get that. I'll go back to
So
this
now,
red ale.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the head retention hanging in.
Yeah.
That's
That's impressive.
it's just been sitting there. Yeah. So
Mhm.
good on you, Ism. Especially this is over 3 months on the can.
So we've talked about the summer of birch. We've talked about my spiritual experience, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, at the Ren Fair. What have you been doing this summer, Beer Wonder?
What's going on with the Wonder?
Well,
I wonder.
One must wonder. Well, I spend a lot of time in the summers at the beach, at my home away from home, at the place with all the fishes that I spend my most of my days. And I've kind of made a little bit of a weekly tradition that I'm ending my weeks with a boardwalk beer, because that feels like the right move. And so I've been getting to hang out a lot at Ruby's, which is sort of like the Coney Island boardwalk bar, and enjoying a lot of my stuff down there. They have a somewhat limited beer selection, a somewhat limited craft beer selection on top of that, but they are still repping the old Coney Islands down there. And I've been kind of enjoying some of that summertime, sit by the beach and have a beer kind of vibe, which is weird that that's become a part of my existence, because as someone who grew up in the upper Midwest, that was not really a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to say, well, we all have. Well, no. I mean, Huck, you had beaches throughout your life, but Captain, we were lake people, Lakevillian types.
I will say I am a lake
or-
person or river person in general, but yeah, I have gone to the beach a lot. Yeah.
I'm okay with lakes as long as I can be in the shade. And shade is hard to come by in beaches, but
Yes.
more
That
so
is
for
true.
lakes.
That is true.
And because I don't, I think I was always, I don't know. I think I was skeptical about beaches for quite some time, and then once I started working regularly outside by the water, I'm like, no, I need to spend my days off staying out of the sun, and you can do that on a lake, and you can't really do that quite so well at a beach.
Yeah, well, and that's why I'm not much of a beach person. I enjoy being outside on a blanket in a park under a shade, right? And I don't
Yeah.
mind the occasional beach trip. But I'm not excited about going in the water. The sand is fine. I like the fact that we have full-on infrastructure that shows up right next to our beaches, and provides you with drinks and snacks.
Yes.
The boardwalk at Coney Island, the boardwalk at the Rockaways here in New York City. And the fact that the Parks Department has even taken some like waterfront property in the other boroughs that is less beach and more like greenery, and put food and snacks in those areas. And I like the fact that we are a relaxed enough city that you can literally be sitting and drinking a beer, right next to the beach. But I
Yeah.
had a lovely moment at a Ruby's Day one day. It had been a particularly long day of giving the people what they need in terms of fish, and I kind of was sitting there on the boardwalk drinking a Coney Island Merman IPA, as I am wont to do, and just watching sort of the parade of all of humanity that is New York City walking down the boardwalk. And it reminded me why I love living in this town, because you get one of everyone here,
Yeah.
probably two of everyone here, and that was pretty delightful. But we have had some indoor drinking times. The captain and I went up to one of our home bars, the Pony Bar.
Yes, our there's a thing I don't know what the superhero analogy is. It's like it's the place where all the Justice League hangs out.
Yes.
And for us, it's the Pony Bar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I just saw the Fantastic Four movie, which was not great. But they have the like tower.
I assumed it wouldn't be, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I even understand the Superman isn't that great either. I heard it's fine.
I don't know. I like them both.
Okay.
Okay. What did you? I'd be interested to hear what you liked about Fantastic Four.
I don't remember.
Okay. I mean, it's a
No,
comedy.
my feeling is that
you know what? There were problems. Yes, there was a lot of exposition and like, oh, what are we gonna do? Kind of stuff.
Well, it's all
And
about
I did
a
have an
kid.
expectation that they were gonna go to Earth 616, and they didn't do that.
Yeah.
But
my feeling is I wanted to see Superman because so many Trumpy people seemed triggered by it.
yeah,
But that was like my biggest reason to want to see it, and then other people who went to see it, based probably partly on that, but basically just told me, yeah, it's good, it's fine,
Why are
it's
they
nothing
triggered
life
by it?
changing.
Well,
Because
Because-
Superman is nice.
Oh.
Because he's nice, they determine that as too woke. Because it's pro-immigrant, and because Superman's an immigrant, and
well, they also set up a whole like fake war that is this group that's taking over this land that belongs to the indigenous people that seem to be kind of Arabic, and that the bad guys are they're not named, but it's basically like a pro-Palestine kind of intimation.
and because the right is they're snowflakes basically.
Exhausted about everything. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, we hijacked what you were talking about with your.
I like
Yeah.
Superman. Yeah, Fantastic Four had issues. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
I still might see Superman. I'm not saying I won't see it. I just most people. I was wary of my own instincts to think like the main reason I want to see this is because the right hates it, so I have to see it.
You want to say "fuck you" to the right in order to
Yes. Yeah.
and by going to see a movie. Honestly, if that's all it takes, I'm willing to do that.
But I'm gonna go see the Jeff Buckley documentary next. So if I have time for Superman, I'll eventually see Superman. But I'll probably wait till it shows up on HBO.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Uh,
but yeah, we had some good times at the Pony Bar at our home location. I'm blanking on what her name is, but it's a bartender that we become very friendly with, and I had not seen her in
Yes.
a minute. And she was there, and we had a lovely conversation. She was really, really great to us as always. And so it was just nice to kind of be back and have that as like our little landing pad for a
Yeah.
minute. And I feel like you and I wind up there once a month, once every other month, something like that.
Yeah. It's always a good place for me to give you your sponsored pours.
That's true. And because I'm usually there, you go.
In fact, I have a little preview next time we hang out.
Oh my gosh! Oh, you'll have to. And that one is
Sponsored por.
speaking of summer of that one. One of
Yes,
those there.
yes.
is-
One of them is Pause from
Pause.
KCBC.
Yeah, 50th anniversary of the
Yes.
Big Turkey one. So,
Right.
but yeah, but there's just something great about like a beer outdoors on a hot summer day. And now that the hots
Yeah.
have tempered a little bit in Gotham, it's lovely to like sit out there, have a beer, watch the world go by a little bit, and then have a slightly tipsy subway ride home, which is also one of the great joys of New York City.
Oh, yeah.
Is being a little drunk on the trains, which is great.
Well, this was something that I wanted to do when we did our beer crawl. I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to have that at the end of my night.
Oh yeah.
I had it planned to have the last spot we were at to be 3 blocks from our hotel.
Yeah. That's
Very
smart.
selfish.
clever. Yeah,
Very
that
selfish.
works.
That's
But it
smart.
did work, yeah.
But yes, a tipsy. I find it endearing because I walk down a rather iconic street on my way home. It's one that people like to come to the city and take pictures of. And so oftentimes after I've had a good night of drinking, I wind up walking down that street and having that moment, looking at this beautiful view that tourists are coming from all over the world to see, and having that moment of like, I love it here. This city is great. I love everything about my life. And it happens regularly. So
Good for you.
So I do I kind of like a drunk subway ride, or at least a tipsy subway ride, followed by like a 7 to 10 minute downhill walk while I'm looking at a rather iconic view and with like big buildings and bridges and things that everybody wants to look at. Is always sort of joyful for me. So I try to add as much of that to my life as possible. So, and it's better in the summer than in the winter, to be completely honest. Like, you don't want to be doing that when it's freezing.
I love to hear that because so much of life can be, you could look at that as like, oh, I got to freaking trudge down this hill I got to take this train that's going to, what if it doesn't? To have such a positive attitude is so great. And I'm trying to do that myself, like flying. I don't like these, like taking long flights, and my family's in Massachusetts. I have to go back a lot. And what I have to keep saying is the miracle of flight. It's the old Louis C.K. thing, but it's like,
yes,
I can be somewhere.
You're on a chair in the sky.
Chair in the sky.
Yeah.
But really, like that I can get from, and we're planning on going to Italy in October.
Oh, sure.
And we're in Fresno. And so it's going to take a while, but a while is, overall is going to be like 11
less
hours
than a day
or something.
Yeah.
Half a day. And I'm going to be halfway across the world. It's like, so you have to take these things into consideration and look at life in that way. And I'm trying to do that more, but it's not always easy, but yeah, I love that attitude. Thank you for that.
Now, you don't always like the way I frame this because I frame it in a dark way.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
No, what I'm saying
We're all
is
gonna die. We were aware of that.
No, I didn't. I wasn't going to go there, but thank you.
No, we're teasing.
Teasing. Beer Wonder, you can say it. No, I think I found the right footing on I think it was the last episode where it's like looking for the meaning in life. And this is about finding that meaning in life to make you remind yourself, I'm glad I'm alive.
Yeah.
Right.
Not we're all going to die, but we will. Of course we will, because life's a fatal condition. But the idea that things reminding yourself, like, I'm glad I'm alive. I'm glad this is happening. And I'm glad that I can get on a plane and be on the other fucking side of the world in a day. That's pretty fucking amazing. Is it time for me to mention my surprise at this point?
I think
I've got a surprise announcement.
We don't even know what this announcement is. So this is
you don't. You're going down the slide. You grab the edges of the slide. Like, hang on.
So I'm going to send you guys. I'm sending you guys a text.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
Right,
so you'll see what it is I'm talking about.
My phone was on silent, so I'm gonna have to change that.
This is
my phone's always on silent.
Sending you both an image right now.
Okay.
So you'll see.
Showing up. Oh, this is exciting.
I should have guessed this. Yes.
I had heard tell that this might happen, but this is very exciting.
And both of you guys were not available, so I decided to do it on my own.
Yes, good for you.
Fine. So go ahead and tell them what I just sent you.
Oh my goodness! Well,
I
am seeing
that Mr. Porter, Captain Porter.
Yes, he's earned his title.
Is on his way to the Great American Beer Festival this year.
Yes, we've talked about it many, many times, and I just decided it's funny that I'm flying across halfway across the country, and to be there for 4 hours. Despite what you see on that thing, I believe it is a 4-hour session. I think Google Maps kind of fucked it up a little bit, but yeah. So I will be there from 12:30 to 4:30 on October 10th or 11th, whatever the date.
Believe me, when you're getting beer samples, I mean,
you
you've
get a lot
been to
done in 4
festivals.
hours.
We've all done
4 hour,
festivals.
4 hours.
4
is enough,
hours can be
It's
incredible.
plenty of time.
But so what I'm doing is I'm flying there on a Friday night. They had some special deals that the Great American Beer Festival had with hotels. So I'm
Okay.
staying at a place that's like a 20-minute walk to the convention center where the whole thing's happening.
Excellent.
And so I'm getting there Friday night. I'm doing that 4-hour thing, and I'm flying back on Monday. But I chose to take the red eye in part because that was the fewest amount of points I could use for my
Sure, that makes
airline.
sense. Yeah.
But also that means I get an entire extra day there. So I don't have to pay to stay there Monday night, but I'm basically there all day Monday and all day Sunday. And I'm flying back to New York at midnight on Monday night, and I will be at LaGuardia at 10 a.m. on Tuesday. So I guess I'm spending that 4 hours, and now I if anyone out there has been to Denver,
Whirlwind.
if you live in Denver, if you have any advice for me for where to go in Denver, I have a few ideas, but I'm looking for wonderful suggestions for me to
Well,
have. Yeah.
and importantly,
You should-
if
oh,
folks
so go
would
ahead.
like to send you these suggestions or recommendations, how would you like the good listeners to get in touch with you?
Well, there's always the beervengers@gmail.com. Also, pretty much anything where that's the one I would definitely get those immediately. Or if you go to anything with @the Beervengers, if you're looking on our Instagram, that's where we are. Facebook,
Yep,
I
at
think
the
that's
Beer
where we still
Vengers,
are.
Facebook as well.
Yeah. It's weird because Facebook over the years has I've been a hard time separating that from my own personal email account or my own personal Facebook account. It's annoying. But I'm not annoying when the Beer Vengers reach out to us. I'm just saying I used to be able to keep anyway.
Oh yeah.
So
That is
what you're
odd,
saying
yeah.
is you would like your DMs to be slid into.
Sure, but I would
Yeah,
say the ones
please.
I will definitely be reading, the beervengers@gmail.com. But yeah, but anytime anyone reaches out to us anyway, we always respond. And we love hearing from all of you out there. The Beer Vengers and the Beer Venger sphere. It's all cool.
It is.
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
that is incredibly exciting. I am so happy that Beer Venger Dumb will be well represented at the greatest American beer festival that has ever beer festivaled.
You should get in touch with Chris over at Brew York.
Oh yeah.
He likes to.
Does he go to that?
He has in the past. I
All right.
Last time he talked about it, he thought it was more. He was talking about how it was kind of industry.
Sure, but there
focused,
are still
but who
unlimited
cares?
pours
I mean,
there.
there's
Oh
still
yeah,
unlimited
you get
pours.
to drink a lot, but
Yeah.
from what I understand, it's just a pretty like industry heavy experience. But that's not necessarily bad.
That's not a
Yeah,
bad
honestly,
thing,
my only concern is wondering
wear the
if like,
shirt.
But you're right. 4 hours is enough to get your unlimited pours. But I also there's a part of me that wonders: is it going to be so vast and expensive that I will only get a little glimmer of what's there? But that's the first way to
Maybe.
do it. And if I feel that's it, well, then the next year I'll book a 3-day pass. But who knows? But this is what I'm doing, dipping my
Here,
toe
I got
into the
an
world.
idea. I got an idea.
Yeah.
I got an idea, Captain. Here, and see, back me up on this, Beer Wonder.
Okay.
Maybe just take it easy on the Imperial Stouts.
Yeah. You know, go for a Pilsner every once in a while, just to like clear out the system.
I'm just kidding. Come
Drink
on.
every damn one, dude, and also try some Pilsners
yeah.
because they're
Oh,
great.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, Pilsners are delightful. I love a Pilsner.
When I try to get the captain to like document his visits to these places, like he's like 4 or 5 Imperial Stouts in, like, yeah, I don't remember what that was.
That is very true. I'm also there's one brewery that's in Denver area that I haven't seen in New York for probably 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
Which is Great Divide.
Yes.
Like the
Agreed.
Yeti Stout is one of my favorite basic, just like really good Imperial Stouts ever.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
they must
so I'm
have
hoping
just
I
made
can-
a decision to stop going sending beers so far away. I don't know. They're still around.
Yeah, I know they are. And here's the frustrating thing is that they actually have a place at the Denver airport. So I'm flying out at midnight, and the Great Divide place closes at 8:45. So I have to decide, like, do I just get to the airport at 8 o'clock just so I can go to Great Divide? I don't know. This is all.
Or get to
The
the
whole
airport
thing.
early when you're leaving.
I think that's the.
Are we
That's
doing
what,
a
but
red
that's
eye?
what I'm talking
That's what I
about.
mean, yeah.
That's what I'm talking
So
about.
you
I'm
have to-
flying
you have
out
to
at midnight.
Kill 4 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
And that-
yeah,
and that-
okay.
And so even if I go in and check in and go to the Great Divide place 8:45, I've still got 3 hours before my plane leaves.
Right.
It's funny you mention Great Divide because I feel the same about like Breckenridge and
Yeah, they're
Avery.
great.
Those were our big three Colorado breweries back in the
Are
Pioneer days.
those last two both owned by Tilray? I know Breckenridge is now.
Can't
Avery
say
might be as well.
offhand. I don't know.
Yeah, there's I don't feel like I'm biased at all in saying that I own stock in that because that stock's not doing well, so it's fine. But I know Breckenridge is one of them.
So you're going to Denver. I mean, I know I've been talking about getting us to another city, but you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just come back to New York. Just
I
make
will-
it easier for everybody.
I think that's a great idea. I also think Avenger Adventure is the way to go. I mean, look, I think you should come back to New York. Period. I just think that's a good choice.
Sure. I also, the last episode we released a month ago has like 14 downloads. So I think I feel like this is almost a private conversation. I'm thinking
please.
about now, Huck, your whole deal about being able to do whatever you want because you have no specific commitments. I'm working
Except
towards
I
one
have
that's
somebody
gonna,
who tells me what to do.
well,
Well,
right. Well, and
but
also, and she has a schedule, so
Right.
it's trickier
Yes,
that
yes,
way.
yes.
That's the harder part.
I don't have that latter thing. I mean, yes, Belgian Babe and I do our stuff together, but we don't live together, and I can go off and do my own thing, and she can go off and do her own thing whenever. But it's possible that by the end of the year,
Yeah.
I might be a little less tethered.
Yep.
And I mean, I always like to go on trips, but so maybe
January, we're planning the Great Beer Avenger
Adventure.
Adventure.
Mhm.
Are we finally
tough-
ready for that Spain foodie tour I've been trying to get you guys to go on?
Ooh, that'd be a good time to do that.
Yeah, well, I know that Cider Girl.
January is a bad time to go to Spain. To be completely
What
honest.
time is it? January?
January. I think
yeah,
March is a good time to go. To
I don't
Spain.
give a
March?
fuck about weather, but if you guys
I
don't
don't
want to go
either.
in January, I don't give a fuck about the weather. I'm like, if there's less people there, that's really cool.
The only time I care about the weather is like if it's going to screw up travel plans. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
like,
Well, yeah,
because
but
I
it
think
means- it means
Chicago's
your
a good
plane
town to
won't
go
land.
to, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Chicago's
the
a great
plane's
town
not
to
going
go
to
to.
land. Yeah,
but Chicago's also like Chicago. You could knock out in a long weekend.
that's what I want to do. Or Dallas. Dallas might have some,
Dallas, you could
some
knock out a
secret
long weekend.
breweries. Great
And like,
barbecue.
Yeah,
I mean,
clear-
if we want to get crazy, like we could. I mean, if it's just the three of us plus Cider Girl and anyone else who can join us,
Mhm.
this could be like a November-December weekend situation.
Oh, I would absolutely be down for that. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
post Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right
Yeah.
between,
Mhm,
right
mhm.
between when
That-
right between
that's
the
the
turkey
sweet
and
spot.
the Jesus. That's your
Yeah,
moment.
I love traveling. Like maybe even on Thanksgiving Day. I don't know. You got Huck. You probably have a Thanksgiving plan.
Yep,
The
we
day
have,
For me,
we
like-
have made,
after
we
Thanksgiving.
will be drinking Treehouse on the Cape. Yeah.
But like that first week of December when Thanksgiving is over and Christmas hasn't kicked in,
Mm-hmm.
is a great time to travel.
And honestly,
Hmm.
I would rather be away from the crowds and the hordes in Gotham. I would rather be somewhere slightly warmer. And also, if you wanted to do Chicago, because Chicago is a surprisingly good beer town,
I'm
it's
sure
not
it
that
is.
cold.
It's not that surprising either
Yeah.
because
It is-
Midwest is.
And I've never been.
Or we just like throw everything to the wind and we go to Cincinnati, which I've been pushing for years.
Okay, I can drive us there.
I know you're less impressed by Cincinnati. My thought was,
It's not that I'm not impressed. It's just like if I were to telling you, if I were to telling you, is that the sentence I just said?
yes.
Mhm,
If I
mhm.
were to say to you, hey, let's all go to Minneapolis.
I mean, I'd be really excited about that, but I also understand.
I mean, I would go there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's
all
what
right,
I'm
so
saying. Why don't we all go
so-
to Portland? That's what I'm.
So if we're
that's
going
what
to
I'm
Cincinnati, then we're going to Minneapolis too.
Yeah, but also I think we should
But
go
these
to
are
Chicago. I
terrible
think we should
places to travel to in January, though.
Then let's go to
Or
Dallas
December, rather.
or Austin
Oh, Austin.
Or Houston.
or Houston. We've got options.
I think if
Anywhere
we're
that
looking
American
at
Airlines flies.
Look, I will say
I think
it's up to the
yeah.
up to the beer wonder, honestly.
Okay, all right. Well,
Because
here's
I
the
feel
thing.
like that the captain and I could be a little more flexible.
Well,
yeah, the Beer Wonder has a little tighter schedule than we do.
The dates are the only thing we need to figure out, but I think the location is, that can come together quickly. Now, I would like to
Sure.
put it out to the Beer Venger sphere
Mm-hmm.
Oh, please, yes.
because I'm looking for the social media engagement, right? And I think maybe, just maybe, and Captain, I can help you with this. I think when we do the poor picks, perhaps we put a poll on the Instagrams.
Aha.
Or we
Okay.
put a thing where people can tell us where they think we should go.
Where should we
Where
go?
they want live on the ground reporting from the Beer Vengers for a long weekend to have beers. So it sounds like Dallas is an option, Austin is an option, Houston is an option, Chicago's an option, Portland's
We've been
an
talking
option,
about going to Knoxville.
Knoxville's an option.
We got the Hazy Lady is there and great breweries.
But I say we let the people decide because this is still
Okay,
a democracy,
okay,
damn it.
I'm
Los
more
Angeles.
excited about
San Francisco.
San Francisco more than Los Angeles, San Diego more than either one of those.
San Diego.
Sure.
San Diego.
If we're looking for beer, San Diego trumps both of those.
No, it is better than both of those. We don't use that word anymore.
Everyone
Okay,
just
I'm sorry.
relax. I'll just come back to New York. Don't worry.
No, I want the people to decide. I want to keep democracy alive here on our little beer cast.
Here's the I'm reticent about Dallas for the same reason I'm reticent to Cincinnati, even though actually Cincinnati I'd be totally cool with. I also feel like we'd probably want to do a side trip to Dayton for that and see the Incredulous Bulk.
Well, or do the Golden Mile.
Yeah, I need to talk him into doing that again because I need to reach out to him about that. Dallas is where so much of my mother's family was from. I spent a lot of time there on vacations as a child.
Okay.
And most of what I've discovered is that Austin and Houston are much more exciting, vibrant beer cities than Dallas is. So that's why I'm going that
I'd love
way.
to do Austin. I got friends there too.
Let's do Austin.
But as Beer Wonder said, anyone out there who has ideas about where you want us to go, as opposed to like straight to fucking hell.
Well, I'm already headed there, so it's fine.
Still, any engagement.
We are.
So.
But on our way to hell,
yes,
where you want us to go, please reach out. And thank you so much for listening. If you are, and of course, if you're listening to this, you heard me say that. So who would I be saying that to if you weren't? I don't know what that all means. Really great having those of you who are still following us on this journey. We're looking forward to seeing you again soon. And Huck, I think.
Do your thing.
Yeah, play us out.
With a beer Vengers, beer Vengers, beer Vengers. With the Vengers, this is live. This is real, live. This is real, live. I'm not faking. We're the Beer Vengers.
We fucking are.
Yeah. I mean, was there a question?